Hello there, a very good evening and welcome to your Primetime Weekend News Bulletin. I'm Shane Silva.
And I'm Arundhati Mudanayaka. First, a look at the stories making headlines this evening.
Headlines on News First at 9.
General Secretary of the SLFP makes a statement on future elections.
ලබන වසරේ ජනාධිපතිවරණයක් හෝ මහමැතිවරණයක් පිළිබඳව අපි කිසිසේත්ම කතා කළේ නැහැ. ඒක නිසා ලබන වසරේ ජනාධිපතිවරණයක් නැහැ 2014.
Met Department requests the public to take precautions against lightning strikes. North Central Province Chief Minister orders the immediate cessation of the education lottery conducted in the province.
News First at 9.
And now for the stories in detail. The Department of Meteorology is warning the public to exercise caution owing to lightning accompanied by rains in the evening hours.
Met Department Director S.R. Jayasekara says that lightning-related accidents have increased due to the negligence of the public.
Two individuals were killed last evening alone after being struck by lightning. A 15-year-old student was killed in the Vanuramba area in Gaul due to lightning, while another was injured. 4 students who were plucking mangoes at the school grounds met with these accidents. The injured student is currently receiving treatment at the Karapetia Teaching Hospital. We were near this tree. Then we saw a bright light and the soil being disturbed. Then I saw 2 people on the ground and I went home and informed about it. Yet another individual in the Poddala area in Gaul was killed after being struck by lightning. This individual met with the tragedy while he was walking to the cattle paddock near his house. A calf that was struck by lightning was also killed. The tendency of lightning is high these days. These are fairly strong lightning patterns. Therefore, the public must be extra careful. Public must plan their work after considering the forecasted rains in the evening hours. Around 50 lives are lost annually due to lightning, and the majority of these deaths are caused due to negligence. Here are a few methods to minimize lightning-related accidents. Meanwhile, the Eluwankulama area on the Putla Manor Road was inundated following the heavy rains experienced last evening. According to the Disaster Management Office in Putlam, the overflowing of the Kalawaya has caused the inundation. Meanwhile, 19 houses in the Agunavilla area in Putlam were damaged by gale force winds that swept across the area last evening. 10 more houses were damaged in the Tabova, Tevanora, Pradipagama and Mailankulama areas due to strong winds. The intermonsoonal weather system is active at present. As a result, there will be thunder showers in the evening hours. The clouds that create these rains are high in the atmosphere. Therefore, the winds that are created by these clouds are fairly strong. These winds could cause minor damages.
Well, Arundhati, massive crowds flocked to the Chogam night at the Golf Fest Green yesterday as a performance which saw a cacophony of colour and sound brought to an end the more than a month-long Chogam rally which travelled to all 4 corners of the country, raising awareness among all Sri Lankans on the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting.
That's right, Shane. Minister of Youth Affairs and Skills Development Dara Salaha Peruma participated as a chief guest at this event and extended the best wishes of the government.
The 2013 Chogam rally, which embarked from Point Pedro on a 32-day journey across the island, arrived at the Golf Fest Green last evening. Massive crowds had flocked to the Golf Fest Green to witness the event and extend their best wishes. The 2013 Chogam rally was a joint initiative of MTV-NBC Networks, Sri Lanka Youth and the Ministry of Mass Media and Information. Sri Lanka will be taking chairmanship of a powerful gathering of heads of states which include Britain for 2 years. This is a historic occasion. We must celebrate this historic occasion as a nation and as a government. I express my respect and gratitude to the MTV Citizen Media Network for giving leadership in creating this grand endeavour and to the nation's youth led by Sri Lanka Youth. I also express to you the gratitude of His Excellency President Mahinda Rajapaksa and the entire government, and I wish you all a good night and a bright future. Thank you.
සුබරාත්‍රියක් වේවා සුබානාගතයක් වේවා කියලා ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරමින් මම සමුගන්නවා බොහොම ස්තුතියි.
We journeyed across villages and towns, valleys and mountains, beaches and rainforests. Sri Lankans from all walks of life, from every corner of our resplendent island, joined us for a common cause, and that is to make this journey possible. We also take this opportunity to express our gratitude to those who are here with us right from the start. Honorable Minister Basil Rajapaksa, Honorable Minister Dalla Salha Peruma, Secretary to the Ministry of Mass Media and Information, Mr. Charita Herat, and Chairman, Director General of the National Youth Council, Mr. Lalit Piyum Pereira, for their unstinted support on all 32 days of the Chogam Rally. The pride runs in our blood. It beats to the tune of hearts.
The Chogam night was worked off by the band Flashback.
In the sunshine.
මේ අපේ වෙලාවයි මේ රටේ වෙලාවයි මේ අපේ ජාතියේ වෙලාවයි දකුණ නැගෙර හිර බටහිර උතුරද එක කොඩියේ සෙවරේ.
The event also featured a number of prominent stars.
This land belongs to you. This land belongs to me. This land belongs to all of us to live in harmony. This land belongs to you. This land belongs to me. This land belongs to all of us to live in harmony.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa extended his wishes today to the chief prelate of the Amarapura Sri Sumana sect, the Shastrapati Visharada Pandita Most Venerable Matara Vimala Ratana Thera. The chief prelate celebrated his 99th birthday.
The press and media unit said that the president, who visited the Sri Vimala Dharma Duta Centre at the Anuradhapura airport yesterday, had wished the chief prelate good health. Members of the Mahasangha, including the chief prelate, chanted Pirite and invoked blessings on the president. After inquiring into the chief prelate's well-being, the president also inspected construction at the Ranavirusaya in Anuradhapura. Meanwhile, Janindu Virante Edirisinghe, who scored 190 marks at the concluded Year 5 scholarship examination and emerged first in the North Central Province, met President Mahinda Rajapaksa at President's house today. The President expressed his appreciation of the student's talent and wished him well before presenting him with a laptop computer, a dictionary and school equipment. You're watching News First, and up next is a look at Action TV.
The Chief Minister of the North Central Province has ordered the immediate cessation of a program implemented by the North Central Provincial Ministry of Education to bolster funds by getting school children to sell lottery tickets. A communique issued to Action TV by the Office of the Chief Minister of the North Central Province notes that the Chief Minister's order has been conveyed to the Secretary of the Provincial Ministry of Education in writing by the Chief Secretary of the province. On the 26th and 27th of October, Action TV pointed out that the North Central Province Ministry of Education's program to bolster the Provincial Education Development Fund through getting school children to sell lottery tickets violates circulars that have been issued by the Ministry of Education. Action TV also raised questions regarding the morality of conducting a lottery and getting school children to sell tickets. On the 1st of November, the Chief Minister of the province had ordered the Chief Secretary to conduct an inquiry into the sale of lottery tickets by school children and submit a report to him. The communique issued to Action TV today by the Office of the Chief Minister of the province notes that the Chief Minister has received the report on this inquiry. The Provincial Minister of Education had ordered that all school children in the province between grades 4 and 13 must sell 10 lottery tickets each. When considering the number of school children between those grades in the North Central province, it is evident that 2 million lottery tickets would have to be printed at the very least. However, on 2 occasions, the Secretary to the Provincial Ministry of Education said to Action TV that only 1 million tickets had been printed. Nevertheless, a total of 1.8 million lottery tickets had been printed through the printing press, which comes under the purview of the Provincial Council. In addition, lottery tickets had also been printed at a private printing press in Anuradhapura. The composition of the Board of Control for the North Central Province Education Development Fund, which is said to have taken the decisions regarding the conducting of the lottery, was changed following the amendment of the North Central Province Education Fund Ordinance number 3 of 2013. Previously on the board, there was the Chief Minister and 5 other board officers. At present, the board comprises of the Provincial Education Secretary, the Director of the Provincial Education Ministry, a representative of the Provincial Education Secretary's office, and an officer in charge of the subject in the Provincial Council. On Tuesday, Action TV requested the chairman of the Board of Control for the Fund, the Provincial Education Secretary, to reveal the identities of the 2 board members appointed under him by the Provincial Minister of Education. I am there as the chairman. There is a representative from the Treasury. There is also a representative from the Provincial Education Ministry. And then there are 2 other officers whose full names I do not know. I know them by their short names. It is necessary to establish the identities of the 2 board members who the Provincial Education Secretary identifies using short names, since they too have to be held accountable for all matters pertaining to this lottery, which has been conducted over the past 2 weeks. According to the UN's Universal Convention on the Rights of the Child, adopted in 1989 and ratified by Sri Lanka in 1991, it is the responsibility of state parties to ensure that children are not subject to any form of activity that would harm their welfare. Sri Lanka's penal code has been amended on 3 occasions to ensure the necessary provisions are made for the country to fulfill this responsibility. It cannot be disregarded that getting children to sell lottery tickets in this fashion is an offence that is punishable under the country's penal code. In other local stories, speaking at an event held in Polonnaruwa today, SLFP General Secretary Minister Maithripala Sirisena commented on the upcoming elections.
The Central Committee convened on Thursday night under the patronage of the President. We discussed elections to be held next year. The elections for the 3 remaining provincial councils will be held next year. We discussed elections for the Western, Southern and Uvo provincial councils. We did not discuss the holding of a presidential election or parliamentary election next year. Thereby, there will be no presidential election or parliamentary election in 2014. The tenure of the President and of Parliament will conclude in 2016. Elections were held in 2010.
A public rally was held yesterday to mark the establishment of the JVP Mahargama Electorate Council.
When politics in this country has been stagnant in one position and has been lackadaisic, it is we in the Janata Vimukti Peramuna who have changed it and introduced a new political system. The crisis in the United National Party is that it is pointless if the UNP has throngs of people if they cannot understand the rhythm of the people's heartbeat. The people have rejected that leadership. Although such parties have big names, they will be belittled. If anyone asks what happened to the Janata Vimukti Peramuna at the elections, then the question and answer are both there in the question. Nothing has happened to the JVP because regardless of the election results, we will continue with our political journey. It was also revealed at this public rally that KD Lalkanta has been nominated as the JVP's Colombo district leader for upcoming provincial council polls. There are good people in the village who vote for the UNP. There are good people in the village who vote for the beetle leaf. They did not vote for them to destroy the country and bring down casinos. We need to unite the good people in the village. We do not need to be JVPers in the village. We must stand for the people within the village, unite the people in the village and fight for our rights.
පොදු මහජනයා එකට එකතු කරලා අපේ අයිතිවාසිකම් වෙනුවෙන් සටන් කරන්න ඕනේ.